I'm Arianna,
I'm Marcus,
and
and
this
this
is
is
Rated
Rated
R
R
for
for
Relatives.
Relatives. Hope you guys enjoy.
Oh my god, I don't know if that sounded stupid or not. Let us know.
Okay, yeah, no, we're trying
We're
this,
figuring it out.
obviously.
We're figuring it out. Oh my gosh.
This is our first podcast in general, obviously, and you know what? I think this is more proof to the thought of this equipment should be less affordable for people.
Yeah, I mean, the equipment's not affordable regardless. We're literally
Mm.
using clip-on mics and
Yeah, no, I don't know how these people are getting all these like big ass stands just like off the rip. We work like decent jobs and like
yeah.
just not happening right now.
Okay,
Yeah, so
let's get started.
Arianna is the more organized person here, so
Yeah.
she has been kind enough to actually put together our itinerary. So what do we have on our agenda first?
So first, we are gonna just dive into the segment of relate to this ranch.
Ah,
I am gonna talk about my aggressive neighbor that lives downstairs.
right. We love an aggressive neighbor. I
Love
feel
it.
like we all have them, or maybe you don't.
I don't know. I'm actually kind of scared to like talk because I feel like he's gonna like hear
Imagine,
us.
imagine.
Well, okay, hold on. So let me start from the beginning. A little bit of a backstory. Jose and I, we obviously live in this two-story apartment. It's on the
Right.
second floor. So we have someone living below us. And I feel like it's common sense that if you are living in an apartment, you are going to have noise. There's going to be people living above you, living next to you. Like it's a shared building. Like, and honestly, with how building and complexes are just like made right now, see, like you could literally hear
Oh
everything.
my god.
We got a new neighbor. They
Right.
live downstairs, and they are pretty much like when we first met this neighbor. He seemed pretty chill. Like truthfully, like seemed like he wasn't gonna complain about us at all. We were dead wrong. So everything's fine. A couple weeks later, we hear pounding, like aggressive pounding that I thought was like next door. I thought they were hanging stuff up, but turns out it was the ceiling or our floor, like it was coming from down below. He's banging on the ceiling.
Right.
Mind you, Jose is my boyfriend, for those who don't know. Jose and I are literally just not doing anything. Like we're in the kitchen making food. I'm on the couch.
Generally
So
being decently quiet, I feel
decently.
like.
Well, also, you guys, it's 1 p.m. It is 1
Right, we're not talking
p.m.
about like 1 in the
Like
morning or
it
like,
is
you
1
know,
p.m. And our apartment complex as a community has quiet hours. I think it's from like 10 p.m. to like 8 a.m.
right.
So you know what I mean? Like we are outside of those quiet hours at this point. So there is no violation of our lease. There's no violation of our rules. Like we're genuinely confused on why he's pounding on the ceiling like that. Time goes by, we like stop doing what we're doing, we continue to like just lay on the couch watch a movie, and he like comes up the stairs to our unit and
Right.
starts banging like the police do, like banging on our door. And I'm scared. Okay,
Yeah.
I get scared so easily when it comes to those things because people are crazy. Like people are genuinely crazy. If you think you're crazy, there's someone out there that is crazier. Like
She's been
it's
this paranoid since we were children, by the way.
I'm overly paranoid about people. So so Jose obviously like he looks through the people before he answers the door and he's like, just open the door, like I could see through the people. So aggressive.
Which
Like,
like
what is your problem? Jose opens the door and he's like, you guys need to stop effing stomping, like waving his hands, like so aggressive, coming at Jose, not even letting Jose like get a word in, like just
right.
genuinely like because Jose's trying to apologize, Jose's trying to explain, and he's just not like, no, stop fucking stopping, like repeating himself and like,
Right.
and he kind of was like, he kind of threatened him in a way. I don't know if this is a threat really, but he was like, if you have a problem with it, like come downstairs. Okay, like what else are you like?
It's like a vague threat
It's
in
a
like
vague
in
threat.
a criminal in like the law sense, it's a very
It,
vague like
right, and I don't want to like be like, oh, he threatened us, like,
right,
but like
exactly.
he kind of insinuated, that he was willing to get violent if it got that far. That's just my perception. Okay. So Jose
Understandable.
closes the door and because he's like, Jose's like, hold on, like relax. And he's like, no, fuck you. And just like stomps back downstairs. You obviously know
Yeah.
my boyfriend, but for those of you who don't know my boyfriend, he's very chill. He's not one to be like, call the cops. Like, but he generally turned to me and was like, call the police. Like, this is because we pay a lot in rent. I'm not gonna say how much we pay, but we pay a lot for a 2-bedroom. Okay, we pay a lot in rent not to deal with this type of stuff.
To me, like, that's a fair argument, especially when, like, because, like, some people will obviously be like, well, then you have to, like, expect to, like, or well, then how is he expected to, like, deal with, like, whatever he's going through?
Stopping or
And I'm
whatever.
like, but here's, like, the thing is, in my opinion, there's etiquette. Like, you know what I mean?
There's a way you approach
There's a way
people.
you approach people. And granted, yes, there's, like, people who break the rules, whatever. That's not what I'm talking about. But there is general etiquette to moving about the world in a
Yeah,
proper manner to, like, be a presentable person.
exactly.
Like, you know what I mean? And, like, and people like to say, like, oh, like, how other people view you isn't a problem. But, like, how you're viewing a downstairs neighbor right now, oh, look, you don't, like,
Yeah.
feel, like, completely comfortable in your home. Obviously, you feel safe in your home, but you don't feel completely comfortable in your home.
Right. So Jose turns to me, he's like, call the cops. So I
Right.
call the cops, and well, I call the non-emergency, like I call like our community police department.
Right.
So I'm letting them know, like, I know, like, he didn't threaten us, he didn't do anything crazy, but I do want to let you guys know, I just want to make a report of it, document it in case he does it again.
Right.
He did it again. So a couple of days later, again, we're just walking, and it is at this point, I think it was 10 a.m.
Right.
So like we're walking, whatever, across our floor, and continuous pounding, continuous, like across the floor. Like he was coming from the living room, going to the kitchen, going back to the living room.
Which,
like
in and of
that's
itself,
crazy.
so much effort, like,
Yeah,
for what?
doing it for 20 minutes straight. I
That's
kid you
my,
not.
like, you know, dead
20
ass.
minutes straight. And as he is, I decided to call the management. Of course, right when I call them, he stops. So I sound like I'm crazy.
Right.
But they also kind of believe me because they had told me that they had let him know that if he does it again, because he's violating his lease, like behaving like that. You're not supposed to behave like that. It's in our lease. So she suggests that I call the police.
Right.
I call the police.
She's like, don't God tell me twice.
Don't gotta tell me twice. I will call the police. So I called the police, and I'm on the phone with the police, and they're like, they can hear him pounding because he starts pounding while I'm on the phone with the police. So they're like, yeah, we'll just.
I want a compilation of how many times I want a count of how many times she said police in the last minute.
But so they're like, okay, we're on our way over to assess the situation.
Right.
Because this is our second time making a complaint about him. So they come, and again, he lives right below us. So I don't hear like the exact words that are being said, but I hear his tone. When the cops show up to his door, he is yelling at the cops, like being aggressive. And listen, I know there's people out there that don't respect the police, and I can understand that. However, I respect the police because I'm terrified of them. I am terrified of police, and also they're in authority. Like I have had interactions with the police that if I don't act a certain way, they will be aggressive back to me.
Oh yeah,
like they will respond that way. So for him to have this like privilege or be in this mind state of like I could be aggressive to the police and have zero consequences. You know what I mean? Like that's because to me, like if you're acting that way towards the police, you have either mental issues, you are on something, or you genuinely come from a privileged lifestyle where you think you can act that way and get away with it. They come so anyways, he slams the door in the police's faces. So the police come up the stairs, they talk to us about it, and the guy's so nice, he gives me his card, and he's like, if it happens again, he's aware that if he acts that way again, he will be arrested for harassment.
Right.
And I don't
as you should be.
Right, and correct. However, I don't want to take it that far. Like that at all. Like I don't want him to get arrested. I just want him to actually one, stop, or two, move out.
Right.
And guess what? He's moving out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
He's moving out. And you want to know how I know? He told us. So.
Really?
Yes. So like a couple days after this, he comes up, knocks on our door politely this time.
Politely, mind you.
And then Jose obviously looks at the people, and he looks at me and he goes, "It's him." And I like flip my camera and like turn my phone, and I'm like ready to record.
Right.
And he's like apologetic. Like he's
Okay.
apologizing. He's like, I'm sorry. I'm just going through stuff. Like, and that's not an excuse. Like, I was just getting triggered. He's like, I didn't realize how thin the walls are until I heard my neighbors peeing. Like, that's how, no, but that's literally how thin these walls are.
Jesus
I can hear
Christ.
full on conversations. Yeah, I can hear full on
They
conversations.
can probably hear us
They
doing
can
this.
probably hear us right now, which is fine. Whatever. I've met them. They're great.
Right.
So he's talking to Jose, and Jose's like, I understand. Like, I'm sorry. I hope you get through. Like, my boyfriend's so sweet. He's so nice. He's better than me because I would have been like, well, that doesn't give you an excuse, man. Like I would have been
Right.
a little bit more like, whatever. Like, okay.
Right.
But my man's super nice. He's like, I really hope you get through what you get through, and I apologize. And he's like, and then Jose even was like, listen, do you work nights? Like, because that's the only thing. We were like, does he work nights? Is that why he's pissed off that we're walking in the middle of the day? And then he was like, tells Jose and I, oh, I'm actually not working right now. Huh? You live here. What? What do you mean you're not working right now?
Disability?
I don't know.
Like workplace accident?
I don't know. So then he tells us, I'm actually just gonna move out, because this is just not for me, like whatever. And I'm trying to hide my relief because I'm right behind Jose. But like I'm still walking on my tippy toes. Like I don't
literally, literally.
No, literally, I'm practically sliding on my floor. I know I have very heavy feet, but I'm very mindful of that now because I don't want to piss this man off, like at all.
Or God forbid the next person.
Or the next person, like that. That's crazy. So yeah, that's my story. I don't know. Do you have an aggressive neighbor? Because I do. So
comment down below, whoever's watching the first episode. Okay. Well, my relate to this rant. I have a very interesting job. Obviously I'm not gonna say the company I work for or anything like that, but the short version is I knock on doors. And all of you are probably rolling your eyes already at that. Because you're like, oh, this asshole. Like, you know what I mean? The nerve of this guy. Like which here's the thing. I get it. We've all been there. All of us have. No one, and like now that I'm on the other side of it, obviously there's more understanding. Because like these people are just doing their job, right? But these last 2 days we've been out in the field again, and I just can't for the life of me. I can't with some of these people. The thing that we do, it's because again, I'm trying to keep this as vague as possible for what I do, but we literally sell a product where it's very clear that it's out. It is vital to the home. It's very evident that that's been worn or that it's been used up or that it's not doing its job anymore. Like especially for us, we can see this crap from the street. I had a man yesterday look me dead in the face with his 80, I'm not even joking you, 80-year-old wooden windows and say, I know I need to replace these. I'm not gonna. Not through you. Bye. Slams the door in my face. And I'm not even joking when I say slam. This is a hard, also wooden door, and slams it in my face. Because here's the thing with my job, especially when you're knocking doors, like you have to learn not to let this stuff get to you. Like, because like here's the thing I will say. These are also just people. They are also, some of them just having bad days. They are also going through their own stuff or whatever.
Right.
And I am meeting face to face at least like 75 people a day.
But
maybe like 50 to 75 people a day.
I don't think you guys understand. Like I'm literally gonna start crying. Like it makes me like look at like salesmen like so different now because you don't need to be mean. Like
no, yeah, like
I pretend to act interested.
And you know what? That's fine because even like we can tell if it's like, you know, like we're like, oh, yeah, right, exactly, like exactly, like if you're or if even I can have a heart-to-heart conversation with you, like even just like I had an old lady once talk to me about like her life for like 10 minutes about how she just lives with one of her daughters and is loving her life because all her children are successful. She feels like she's done a great job. Like she loves her grandkids. She's like, I spoil the crap out of my grandkids. And you're like, you'll never catch me. She's like, I'd buy your windows right now. And it was funny because her daughter pulled in. And then and then left because she saw me.
Aw.
And she was like, I don't know why she's acting that way. I'm gonna give her a talking to. That's so rude of her. I didn't see,
Oh,
like, you see that, and this is an old lady.
but you get what I'm saying? Like it's again, there's a way to talk to people. No one knows how to talk to people anymore. No one knows how to
It's
healthily communicate to people.
because and it's funny because like and I will say it might be partially like our generation's fault of like pushing a hole of like, oh, you get to feel how you want,
Mhm.
and like no one else can tell you anything about it, which isn't like kind of half true and half not. You can feel all you want and people not tell you something about it, but you have to act accordingly in a proper
Yeah.
way. It's like I said earlier, there's a way to go about doing things. And you know what? We're one of like a few, I guess like a few different other like companies that like respect a no solicitor
I was
sign.
gonna say, do you guys ignore them or
Yeah,
do you?
no, we don't ignore them. And I never, and even when it's literally happened by accident, and I've like been so apologetic of like, I'm so sorry. I like tunnel visioned onto your doorbell. Like they're usually much closer. Like you might want to move. I had a guy who had it on the entire other side of the doorway from his doorbell. Which what the hell? Like what
Yeah,
do you
you
even?
would put it on like right where
You're
the doorbell's
supposed to put
at.
it right where the doorbell's at, or like right on the door, like
Yeah,
because it's visible to us. Like
yeah.
that's how we see, oh, they don't want us here. And also, I want to preface this for everybody. If you're real estate agents
Oh my
or
god.
whoever the shit, if it's Zillow or whatever the fuck tells you that, oh, this is a no soliciting neighborhood, you're not going to get bothered here, it's not gonna, that's not enforceable by law. You want to know
Yeah.
why? Because it infringes upon your right to be solicited as well. First Amendment type shit.
Right.
So when people are like, I'm going to call the police, we were like, oh, yeah, go for it. Like, you know,
People
we're
tell you
here.
they're gonna call the
Yes, I have gotten told that. I've gotten told I'm going to call the police at least like half a dozen times
And listen,
in the
going
past 2 months.
going back to like how I called the police, I'm not one to call the police. Like really, I'm not.
No,
Like and
right.
so for them to like say I want to call the police on you're wasting my tax dollars.
No,
Actually,
for real.
like,
And that I get that kind of thing all the time. Basically, this whole thing has been about the fact that I've been dealing with ridiculously annoying people for the past 2 days, more than usual, and it's the beginning of the year. What are we doing? Like, it's
I
the beginning of the year. I want to stress this. You should be on a happy cloud.
but
What have I done that's inconvenienced you so badly?
so
That's my weekly rant. Honestly, I'll probably get to you guys into more stuff later. I have like relationship problems almost on the weekly, so
when we get comfortable,
yeah.
let's move on.
Let's move on to our next segment.
So this next segment is called Force Cinema, which I am so excited about. Force Cinema is essentially a segment where I assign Marcus a chick flick, and he assigns me a bro coded, super guy coded movie, and we force each other to watch it. Basically, it's forcing each other to watch movies that we normally wouldn't watch on our own.
Right. Or like
So-
haven't, obviously.
or like haven't watched. Some of these we have watched, but this
Yeah.
every week we will be introducing a new movie that we've shown each other, and we basically
Well,
talk about
assigned each other.
it. Assigned
really.
each other.
Yeah, no, literally.
Yeah, and then we talk about it, and I'm so excited because the first one that I assigned Marcus was 10 Things I Hate About You. I love this movie. And before we get into this, let me define what a chick flick is to me.
Right. Because there's like varying definitions. We actually had a debate about this like before we came up with this topic.
But we will talk about the debates about
Right.
is this a chick flick or not.
Right. Oh, and that's actually even part of like my discussion about this.
Well, okay, so chick flicks to me, they are movies that are targeted towards a women audience.
Right.
You know, some of them have underlying like drama to it, like serious drama, but majority of the time it's lighthearted.
Right.
Like for example, I would not call
like Girl Interrupted is not a
like
chick
I was
flick.
exactly Girl Interrupted, not a chick flick. Does it have women protagonists and antagonists in it? Is it women centered? Absolutely. It is not a chick flick though.
Right.
Because
that's insulting to me. If
yeah,
someone were to call that movie a chick flick, I would be insulted.
I would be insulted too because it's so much deeper than that. You know, however, Mean Girls, that is a chick flick.
Very much. Like,
Very much a chick flick.
almost,
It's
probably,
a different
like,
tone.
yeah,
It's a
right.
different tone, and tone is so important, which we can talk about because we've learned about tone because we used to act in LA. We'll talk about that a little later.
We'll talk about that probably throughout the podcast
Throughout
a
the
little bit,
podcast, we'll
honestly.
get little tidbits of our experience in acting in LA.
Which wasn't a whole lot, obviously.
Wasn't a whole lot, but we did learn a lot of things, and one of them being tone.
And we did learn from one of the greats. Shout out Max Decker, who
Love
also
Max
has an
Decker.
amazing podcast. If
Yes.
you haven't checked that out, we
Mhm.
will link that also.
We will link that below. He's amazing. I hate to call men geniuses and throw that word around, but he is a genius. I will say.
You might want to clip that. You know what I mean?
I am gonna clip it. I am gonna clip it. Not all men are geniuses.
Well, not all men are geniuses, sure, but you can't say like I hate to call men geniuses. That's terrible.
Sorry. There's subplots to some of these movies. You know, it's just we'll get into it, we'll debate in it. But with
Right.
that being said, let's talk about 10 things I hate about you.
Okay, for reference, this is not my phone.
that's my phone.
This is Arianna's phone. We're filming
phone
on my phone because we don't have a camera right now.
Yeah, we don't have a camera. We're
Yet.
using Marcus' phone to record. This is my phone. Okay. First, watching it. This is your first time watching it. You've never
Right.
seen
I've
it.
never. This is one of the movies that I have never seen. I've seen obviously various small tidbits. There's like the famous little scenes and lines, but you know what's even funnier? I had never actually seen Heath Ledger's dancing scene before this. I've never seen it. I'd never seen it.
Watching this for the first time, what was your initial like experience and thoughts? Like, I'm so interested.
Okay, so my overall thoughts for the film were, I honestly thought it was very well put together. Like, the cinematography was very nice. I loved the cinematography throughout the entire film. It's like, you ever, I don't know if you guys remember those TikToks of like, if this was shot vertically. I feel like that you can almost tell a movie's that beautiful if it can be shot in different formats and still look amazing.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? That's how you know the cinematography is like amazing. I felt that both the female characters were really well established. Like, honestly, that's what I like loved about the film. They were very well established. They had a lot of depth, especially to Kat in general. Like, so much depth to the character that we got to see. That's what I was gonna say. Honestly, though, as far as like Cameron's character went, I felt that they could have established more of him. It wasn't really geared towards how his point of view was. We got to see them, obviously,
right?
But it wasn't centered towards them really, because like we didn't get, because here's my thing, like even as like the secondary plot, like of like the person that's like trying to get a girl, it just felt like it lacked in kind of like bringing his motivations and whatnot, and whatever he kind of had to like overcome it, like it's implied there, sure, but like we don't really explore it as much as I feel like it should have been, like, you know what I mean?
I get what I 100% get what you're saying, but I think we got enough. The first half of the movie is completely focused on Cameron and Bianca and like his yearning for her, and in the end it gets cut off. I can kind of see what you're saying. It looks like it gets cut off, and then we start focusing on Kat and Patrick Verona. I don't know why, but I liked it. I liked that the rest of it was focused on them.
Don't get me wrong, and I did like it. I did. Like, even with his best friend kind of like trying to help him, and trying to like get a resolve to this situation in like whatever way. And it's nice to see that at the end, like he gets his girl as well. And I can see why it's like a very like classic movie. It was put together very well. The writing is very well done, admittedly.
Yes,
like the writing in of itself, very well done. I love the dialogue between characters. It's beautiful. The scene between Patrick and Cameron at the party, iconic. I felt my heart in that conversation.
I knew, like, and I was so excited for you to watch this and for us to talk about it because I knew you were going to love this movie.
I do.
The soundtrack to this movie is so good.
It's amazing.
So good.
And I mean, like, I as far as like ratings go, which we will be rating these movies, and I give it like a 4.5.
Oh, I'm so happy you said that.
I give it like a 4.5.
And the half star, I'm assuming it loses you because
right, because like I said, it lacked a few character development issues in my opinion. I felt like some parts of the plot weren't moved along very well enough.
Yeah.
I did love how Kat's character kind of like evolved into coming out of her shell and whatnot. Like the party scene was very nice, and kind of seeing that different side to the character was such a turn, was
Like,
such a 180, and it was done well, I thought.
yes.
Plus, I mean, the performance by Heath Ledger is just so.
And that was my next question to you. You have only ever seen Heath Ledger as the Joker.
Yeah, actually, that's
For those who don't
really
know, Marcus is a huge, superhero franchise fan.
DC,
Huge.
Marvel.
When you saw Heath Ledger, did you watch him as the Joker when you were watching this movie? Like, was
Not
it
at
hard?
all. Not at all.
Yeah. What are your facts that you found out about?
Well,
this
before
movie?
the facts, my slight notes for the movie. What was with the principal? Like a pervy ass woman principal is so. It's so funny. Also, by the way, I'm
First
not
of all, like,
no shit. It's hilarious, but it's like
Allison Janney. Janney?
I think it's Janie.
Janie?
Yeah.
I love her. She has maybe 5 minutes of screen time in total of this movie.
Right.
And it has impacted, clearly you, and it's impacted me in this movie because I wish we saw more of her.
No, low-key, I thought she was going to be in the movie more.
My thing is too, I love this niche type of movies that are take-ons of playwrights.
We need to do more of that, honestly, in a really good way. I mean, for instance, someone give me the Odyssey in a modern retelling. Honestly, I can't wait for Christopher Nolan's movie.
I was gonna say Christopher Nolan's doing.
Well, he's doing the actual Odyssey. But give me the Odyssey in a modern retelling of some weird story. You know what I mean?
I don't really, because I have a hard time with period pieces. I can't watch a movie that's based in the 1800s.
Which is fair. Fun movie facts that I found. Obviously he beat out Ashton
Kutcher?
Yeah, Ashton. I don't know why. Oh yeah, it freaking autocorrected me to Leachy for whatever reason. I was like, who the fuck is Ashton Leachy? I was so confused. But yeah, no, he beat out Ashton Kutcher for the role, which I thought was really interesting.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you imagine Ashton Kutcher
in that? But see, that's the thing is I can't.
I can't. To be real, when I watch Heath Ledger in this film, I think this is him.
There's no one else. I
feel like there's no one that could have done
this role,
and I truthfully feel like this is him as a person. I feel like he's playing himself. I don't know him personally. I didn't know him personally, but obviously, but I feel like if I did, this is him.
Which that kind of gets me to the next thing. He improvised the little playing with fire in the lab.
Oh,
he improvised that. Yeah, him
that.
just playing with the fire thing.
Oh,
he improvised that. Which to your point.
Oh my gosh, it has to be some sort of rewarding where the thing you improvised makes the cut.
It was our first thing of seeing his kind of character
and how he is,
and it's
demeanor.
That's such a great choice. Yeah. Loved that. Everything in the film was filmed on location.
See, and that's commitment. That to me is huge production commitment, and I feel like that's what's lacking in today's industry.
Right,
is production commitment.
And I feel like we're kind of starting to get that back in a good way.
Because you want to know why? Because AI lit a fire under our asses. Actually,
more original stories are being brought up.
More original stories are being made. More people are actually just putting their brains together.
Right, putting pen to paper.
Exactly. And I have to say, it is because of AI. AI is scaring people. It's scaring me. And I don't want cinema taken away from me because of a robot.
Oh yeah, no.
I don't want that experience taken away from me. The experience of seeing real people, and that's what we're up against. Our competition is not each other anymore. Because being in the acting industry, we were taught our competition, our peers, people who are the same ethnic look as you. We were and also taught your age group, your height, your body type, all these things.
They matter.
These are your peers. Jenna Ortega, that's my competition.
Isabella Merced.
Yep, that's my competition. That is who I'm up against every time I send a self-tape in or I go into a room and audition. But now we're not really seeing each other as competition anymore. We're seeing AI as a competition now.
Exactly.
And I'm here for it because it means we're gonna get real, true, nitty-gritty cinema commitment back.
Right.
People are gonna put the work in. I would hope so.
We can only hope.
Let's continue.
But I mean, which I thought this was really funny. Several band members that were in the scene because they were actually from the school that they filmed at, but they had to be taught how to march because they didn't have a marching band. They just had an orchestra.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they had to be taught how to march. Like,
That's
and
crazy.
which I think is like really funny because like you look at the scene, it's like very well organized.
Yeah,
Like,
very well
you know,
done. I'm
yeah,
sure. I really want to know what the rehearsal time on that
no,
was.
right? Exactly. And again, we talk about putting in effort. Like they just
Mhm.
took kids like that. They're like, hey, they already know how to play the
You
instruments,
utilize your resources.
right?
You
Like
utilize what's around you.
they know how to play the instruments. Let's just teach them how to march. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and that it was that easy. I mean, not that easy, but you know what I mean? Like the sisters actually auditioned for the opposite roles,
Oh,
and they got switched during casting.
And
Like,
you know what? Great choice.
great choice. Couldn't see it. Could not see it the other way.
I couldn't see it the other way
Could
either.
not see it the other way. Like it was done perfectly.
But
Like
it's crazy though. Imagine what a rush. Like you're showing up to set thinking you're this one character, and they're like, "Hey, we're switching you two," and
right,
then
and
you
then
have
you're
to
just like
rememorize all of your lines.
come up with like the
Yeah,
backstory
the
and like all
backstory,
like
the
this
work.
other things.
Exactly, the work that you just did building this character, you have to do it again with a different one. And
Exactly.
I want to feel that again. I need to feel something.
As I was driving here, I was literally thinking about just like how I just miss auditioning and like how I
Mhm.
would legit just kill to just be on a set.
Again, yeah.
to
This is our way of touching it. This is our way of getting back into it, getting our love
exactly.
back, our passion back.
Um, what's it called? Oh yeah, the scene where like um they draw like genitals on the kid's face.
Uh-huh.
The actor actually didn't know how to draw genitals
Wait,
and
what?
had to be taught by another cast member. Like,
That's hilarious. As a guy too, that's kind
yes,
of
which
crazy.
is hilarious because you go back to a scene like in Superbad where it's like it's all this kid Drew or like something like that. Like
Yeah.
every little dude knew kind of how to draw a penis. Like, you know what I mean? Taught
Tastefully.
taught to him by another cast member too. It didn't say who,
Uh-huh.
which
Oh, I
I
wish it
like.
saw it. Imagine
Yeah,
it was
right.
Heath Ledger.
No, literally, I would laugh. I would laugh, or like, or even Joseph Gordon. Like, I
Like,
think that'd be hilarious.
yeah.
The obviously more known fact about the movie is it is supposed to be a retelling of Taming of the Shrew, which I
Yes.
had not known until afterwards, obviously.
Yes.
But yeah, no,
And
it
that was
was.
actually the first like Shakespeare play other than Romeo and Juliet
You're
that
right.
I found out about and actually liked. Like I liked the plot of Taming Up the Shrew.
Which they even hint at it in the movie with
Yes.
calling her the
The
Shrew.
Shrew.
Like,
And in the end, when like Cameron's friend
right,
is getting his girl, there's the ode to Shakespeare. Like the
right.
hats off to Shakespeare, which
Mm-hmm.
I love. That's another
It's
part of this movie that I love. A niche thing about this movie that I can appreciate is that they recognize they are retelling a great playwright,
oh
a
yeah,
great
like
playwright
a
of
fantastic
Shakespeare,
one at that.
and they can't not. It's almost like it would have been wrong for them to not. Hats off to William Shakespeare.
But with that, that concludes my thoughts on 10 Things I Hate About You. I loved the movie and I would rewatch it a million times more.
And as I mentioned before, I have a list of my favorite chick flicks of all time. And this obviously has a place in that list. I only have 54 movies so far on this list. So out of 54, 10 Things I Hate About You is number 8 on that list.
You have 54 movies?
Yes.
Damn, I need to come up with more movies,
and these
man.
are like favorite chick flicks of all time. These are movies where I'm like, it could be my last hour and a half on earth. I would like love watching any of these on this list before I die. With that being said, it is now my turn. And Marcus, what movie did you assign me?
The movie that I assigned Arianna was Baby Driver. Just cinematography is everything to me.
No, yeah.
How a movie is shot and like the different perspective of like camera angles and what we get in a movie means everything. This movie is shot beautifully. Soundtrack amazing.
Oh my gosh, that was my first notes about it. It's obviously centered around Ansel Elgort's role as Baby in the movie.
Right.
And his connection with music and why. Like, it's part of his character and it's part of the plot. And that makes the soundtrack even better because there's purpose for the soundtrack being this good.
And it's even funny because in like little tidbit when you like if you watch the movie with like headphones in, when he has like one out, you can like hear it. Like we're
really?
watching because we're supposed to be like watching this practically like through his point of view. That's why we get the soundtrack. Like in that scene where he's like, "Hold on, let me restart." the song
Yeah.
restarts, like, because, like,
Uh-huh.
we're getting everything through his, like, view of, like, and that because, like, the music is the big part of how he's
Yeah.
moving about the world, as you see.
Yeah, it's through his perspective,
Mhm.
which I love. The opening scene is amazing. I watched this with my boyfriend Jose, and he loves this movie. He's seen it before. I've never seen this movie. So it was, I think, his like second time seeing it, and the opening scene is his favorite part.
It's
And
amazing.
I also agree. It is quite literally amazing. It's a great opening scene. I love movies that start at a 10.
Mhm.
I know that can be a hot take, and I know that's an
It
unpopular
can.
opinion. And we were taught to never start a scene at a 10 to like slowly build it up. But when a movie starts like at that level of stakes being so high, it it grasps your attention,
Oh,
especially
yeah.
for someone like me who doesn't exactly reach for this genre of type of movie
Right.
essentially, which is honestly just I'm not an action movie girly. Like I'm more of a dystopian action type of
Right.
movie person, but like things about like cars and just guns and shooting, like I really
Right.
it's not my thing, but that's the whole point. Listen, I've seen Ansel Elgort in other roles,
Yeah.
like Divergent, The
Mhm.
Fault in Our Stars.
Right.
He had a great run in 2014, I believe.
Yeah,
Um,
actually.
and I,
He was even making music at one point.
he was making music at one point. We'll talk more about him in a second. But I completely forgot that this is someone that I've seen before. Like this role was actually really great, and it honestly deeply saddens me that his career didn't go far after this.
Right? Like,
We'll talk about why, because I'm
mhm.
surprised you don't know. Overall, I have to rate this movie a 3.5 stars.
3.5.
Here's why. Here's why.
Okay.
It loses 1.5 stars for me. I don't find myself wanting to watch this movie on my own.
Right.
You know, like
Okay. That's understandable.
I don't find myself like scrolling through Netflix and it's like, oh yeah, like I'll watch this movie again and like sitting and watching it. I and that's like the only reason why it loses it for me. It got a little like flat. I would say I want to say after all the action, after everything calmed down. Because here's the con about movies starting at a 10. When it calms down to like a 5 or a 4, you lose it. Like, okay, can we get back to like the chasing and the adrenaline? Like let's get back to it because it started that way.
Right.
So it's kind of hard too because when you start a movie out of 10, you need to keep the audience's attention throughout that. And also, I watched this movie and I think about the career that Ansel Elgort had when I remember. And that's what sucks. When you watch movies with problematic people in them, that's what kind of loses it. It takes you out of that magic a little. Maybe part of my brain just kind of has to like shut that off a little, but it's hard. It's hard,
Right.
especially as a woman, because of what he did. So,
What did he do?
well, that's why I don't have 10 facts today. Because the idea is for each of us to have 10 facts of each movie that we watch or assign each other. Thought to myself, because this movie ends at a cliffhanger
Yeah,
in a way.
kind of.
It kind of ends at a cliffhanger. And I thought I saw somewhere around the time when this movie came out that they were going to do a second one. I dove into the rabbit hole of like, why isn't there a second movie? The PR answer to it was production obstacles. Sony is the production company that produced this movie.
Right.
They have been greenlighting a second one for the longest time, and it's already written.
Right.
The script is written, the storyline's there. My theory is the reason why they haven't done a second one is because of Ansel Elgort and the allegations against him of
Assault
with a minor.
Oh.
Yes. Yeah. Before I get into this, a little bit of a trigger warning. I am going to talk about SA. I've done a lot of research. And I really wanted to make sure that this research is accurate. What I'm saying is accurate. I'm not going to go into deep details. Back in 2020, a victim named Gabby came out with the allegation that Ansel Elgort had sexually assaulted her when she was 17 and he was 20. So she put out a large statement describing the event along with pictures and screenshots of their interactions on social media.
Oh wow.
So she had
proof. Oh yeah, she got receipts.
She had receipts. She had proof. I mean, you can't really come out with these allegations, especially towards someone who's in a limelight, without receipts.
Yeah.
He did make a statement, obviously denying the allegations, because who's going to come out and say that they sexually assaulted a minor?
Right.
No one. Overall, charges were never pressed or even filed. And circling back to Baby Driver, that is my theory on why they didn't make a second one and why they haven't yet. Because you're telling me Sony's telling you yes, other production companies are telling you yes, everyone who you want to be involved is telling you yes.
They view it as kind of like a red tape.
Yes,
type of
because
deal.
Ansel Elgort has been in one thing after this.
Right.
I believe it was a show on HBO Max. I forgot what it was called, but he didn't do like any press tours. He didn't do really much promo because
Right.
he's aware of the response. And I feel like if you are aware of the response, if you also as a production company are aware of the response you might get for him being in this movie,
Yeah.
we should either not make it and play it safe or replace the actor.
And that's why Arianna doesn't have fun facts.
That's why I don't have fun facts about this movie, because there's nothing fun about that fact. I mean, if they really wanted to scrub this movie from
the face of the earth,
they have the money and the ability to do that.
Yeah.
You know? But they're not.
I mean, but like, who's gonna erase the work? Like, you know what I mean?
Exactly, because then there's the work. Why is one person responsible for taking everything of it down? The writers, the cast, the other cast members, the crew.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why? That's the part of it that also sucks, is like one person's bad
tainting
actions
everything.
can taint everything.
Right.
With that being said, that comes to the conclusion of our first episode.
Yeah, I hope everyone has hopefully enjoyed the very rough start that we have to this, but you know, you got to hit the ground running somehow.
I was gonna say lighting changed because we're using natural lighting.
Right, I mean,
our audio is probably weird.
Yeah, I know. Hopefully we obviously continue to level up as we continue to do this, and we are excited to start the new year with something as great of a project as this. And yeah, we'll obviously link both of our individual channels, well, my channel, and both of our TikToks, whatnot,
and
down
all
below.
the socials will be linked in the description below. But we hope you enjoyed this, and if you want to join in on the conversation of what movies we assign each other, I will post on our page, which we will also link below, for our Rated R for Relatives Instagram. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. And cut.